Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking another look at Crysis 3, running it on the budget gaming rig, but this time we're going to be using the R9 280X. Now, just a bit of a recap, this was the GPU that I initially bought for my budget gaming rig when it had the G3258, and even then it handled pretty much everything that I could throw at it reasonably well, especially when you consider the price. I managed to pick this up for £80 on eBay a few months back, and so far it has been a fantastic GPU. Since then though, the G3258 has made way for a Core i5-4590 and it's still coupled with 8GB of DDR3 RAM. In today's test we're also going to be keeping the clock speeds of the R9 280X at stock, and what that means for us is a base clock of 1030MHz and a memory clock of 1500. Now this particular card, I know for a fact it can go quite a lot higher than that, but for fairness we're going to keep it at base clocks. We all know that Crysis 3 is a bit of a resource hog when it comes to running games. It's very stressful and it can bring even the top systems to their knees if you crank all the settings up. We're obviously not going to be running it at absolute maximum today, because that's not really a fair indication of what you'd be expecting this kind of GPU to run. But what we will be doing is running it at 1080p on the high preset. Now, a few of the other GPUs that I've tested, for example the $40 HD6970, that averaged in the high 40s, but we never was able to hit that magical 60 FPS. So let's go and see if this 280X can actually achieve that steady 60 frames per second. As I've said previously, we're running it on the high preset with VSync disabled. This is going to allow us to see the minimums and the maximum frame rate instead of it trying to keep it at that 60 FPS. And the result is we're getting a really stable 60 FPS with this. It actually averages out at about 66 FPS over the course of an hour or so's gameplay. But that's not the whole story. There are areas in this game, for example, and even in the first section when you're treading through the minefields avoiding laser rockets, that we're seeing about 48 to 49 FPS. It drops as low as that. And likewise, when you're in confined corridors, I've seen triple digits in the FPS counter. I've spent the weekend playing on my PlayStation 4 and running Crysis 3 at this high settings at 60 FPS, it totally eclipses anything that you can experience on a console at the moment. So whether you're looking to upgrade an older GPU or you're building a new budget system and you're just not quite sure if it's worth going for an older GPU instead of something like a 1050 Ti or a RX 460, then I would seriously give this GPU some consideration. You can pick it up for a lot less than these newer low-end GPUs, and if you've got the power supply to match it, then it's a really worthwhile gaming companion for you. And on the topic of comparing it with recently released low-end GPUs, if you buy this, it means you've still got a little bit of life left in it. Now, consoles like the Xbox One and the PS4, they're actually using GPUs that are much lower spec than this 280X, so it would be safe to assume that if you bought something like this, you're going to get a fair bit of life out of it. It's still got some legs on it, and it should provide you with a lot of gaming fun for a good few years to come. Anyway folks, thanks again for watching this. If you liked it, hit that subscribe and like button, leave a comment in the box below, and if you disliked it, you can hit that thumbs down. And I'll see you again next time.